Happy Sunday, everybody. It's that time of the week that y'all get to listen to my, I guess, soothing voice. We know that's not true. We know that's not true. But either way, that time of the week for me to come at you with some updates and some stuff going on. And I have a couple exciting things this week. At least I think they're exciting. I tend to believe most of you will too. So, first thing, this coming week, November 8th, is the last day to sign up for Metcon for Hope. We have 10 teams signed up, which is enough teams to party, but if there's more teams out there lingering want to sign up, this is the last week to do it. Remember, it's free to sign up. You are inspired and encouraged to raise some money for Forever 14, but we are hosting this free to sign up, right? Making it as simple, easy as possible to come in, get down, compete, get after it, and have some fun with your friends while raising awareness for teen suicide, which is the leading cause of death for teenagers in Washoe County. Something that we need to stop and help and support and bring awareness and conversation around this horrible, horrible thing. With that, Great Basin Behavioral Health, Rudy, who is a member at Style Gym, and he has reached out and has offered Double Edge members free resource to be able to connect with them at Great Basin Behavioral Health. If you or a family member or a friend seeking some guidance on where to start in your mental health journey and are looking for some help there, they can be a great resource. They're offering some free consultations for anybody at the gym that is seeking to learn more about where to start, because I can tell you from firsthand experience, trying to find good behavioral, and I hate to use the word mental health, but that is what it is, to find good healthcare providers in the brain space is difficult. I myself have been to therapy. My brother has been to therapy. We truly believe in the power and benefits of seeking somebody when you're in a time of need, and your mental health is just as important to take care of as your physical health. I firmly believe they do go hand in hand, but also getting specific help and support when you need it, especially during time of year like the holiday season and whatnot. If you are feeling the need and a desire to get help with your mental health, this can be a great resource. There's also other great resources in the gym. I've connected a few members with a few different people. Just blessed to be surrounded by such awesome people in this space to be able to help find resources when people need it. They're also going to be at Metcon for Hope. They're going to be there sharing information, things that they can help with and whatnot. So we're pretty honored to have them part of our community, and we are grateful that they wanted to extend that invite out to offer help in services and guiding that process of finding the right care for you. I will say that is a very important component of your mental health journey. I equate it to fitness. You have to find the right solution for you. So when it comes to CrossFit, I believe anybody can do CrossFit, but CrossFit isn't for everybody. It doesn't mean you can't find something that's going to help you live a healthy, successful, fit lifestyle. Same thing with mental health, finding the right person that you connect with, that understands and empathize, but I would argue finding the right personality for you is a big key to finding success with the right provider in this. And them offering to help kind of guide that and help navigate that path for people is super cool. So I'm very happy about that. Next, this is random, but I have decided I'm going to try for 1,000 pound total in the deadlift, squat, and bench press. I did sign up for the Rogue Fitness challenge that they put out. It's like 20 or 30 bucks. But we've had a little a little frustration with them. I gotta do a little digging in. I'm still doing it. So this is something for me and my goals. Turning 40, I want to see how many years into the future, 50, maybe 60, who knows, how long I can maintain above 1,000 pounds, how many years forward, as part of my strength benchmark metrics for my long-term health, because strength is key to living a long and healthy lifestyle. Knowing where you're at, what you're capable of doing, and what your body can handle is a great guide. Granted, we do 1-rep maxes and we test all kinds of things. This is more of a fun thing that I want to do for me. Some members got wind of it. One, because I shared it, that I'm doing it, and people are interested in doing it with me. So you don't have to sign up for Rogue. I'm going to do a little digging. The issue that came up is when you read their long list of fine print for this challenge to get this t-shirt, which I understand there needs to be video and some rules. But in their fine print, they say you need to drag out all your weights and individually weigh all your weights under video to get confirmation that they are what they say they are. Now, I understand that. People play games. People cheat. And you don't want a t-shirt that you cheated to get. It's not cool. So I do get it, but here's my deal. If it has the Rogue stamp on it, that should count. Because to weigh every single plate, to do this and weigh your barbell, I don't know, it seems a little silly and not really able to pull it off. I could show the weight, but dragging scale out, and I'm not going to put the in-body through that. Everybody putting their weights on the in-body, I'm just not doing that. It's too expensive of a machine. So chances are, talking with my brother, this is something he wants to do too. His crazy butt wants to do 1,800 pounds, but I've come to terms with the fact I'm not going to be as strong as my brother. Dude's a beast. So I'm going to settle with the fact that I'm going for 1,000 pounds. And anybody wants to join me, I'm doing it November 9th after I coach the 8:30 a.m. class at Midtown. I'm going to throw down, shouldn't take more than an hour. You do all 3 lifts, you do it in an hour, get warmed up. You hit deadlift, back squat, and bench press. If you're going for the Rogue t-shirt, we're going to have to play by them rules. I'm going to reach out to them and ask them if we're using Rogue labeled equipment, since everything I have is pretty much Rogue. Does that count? Do you guys trust your own printouts? Now, I get why they wouldn't, because when we first opened the gym, they sent me a bunch of crap. We had probably 25 plates that were off, but they were kind enough, they replaced them all. All right, so all the weights at the gym I have actually weighed, and they are accurate. So that being said, I don't know. Either way, whether I get the Rogue shirt or not, I am going to do this test for myself. It's something that I want to do, and I'm going to do it every single year. So along with my 2K row test that I do every year, I'm now adding 1,000 pound club test every single year for as long as I can. And I'm hoping my goal is kind of keep it up into my 50s. I think that's my goal. I've seen some really, really strong 50 and 60-year-olds. So if you want to throw down with me and do it, show up at the gym November 9th, 9:30 a.m. And this isn't something I'm coaching. Now, because I'm a coach, I will be there as a guide for sure. But this is just having fun with friends, and we're just going to lift some weights. What's going to come out of this is some benchmarks for the future. This is something I'm excited about for 2025, which will lead me into my next topic. Talking with my brother, we do want to add benchmarks. If some of you, probably many of you, remember the days of tier testing, well, that turned into just being absolute chaos. Trying to implement that process, and you know who you are, but some of you just gave up. Not really sure why. Not really sure why. That's something you got to reconcile, but I'm here to help you. But we're going to bring back some benchmarks, and this is important. without objective, actual data, without it, feelings aren't going to get it done when it comes to your long-term health. All right? So having benchmarks for yourself for strength, having benchmarks for yourself for endurance, having benchmarks for yourself for your metabolic health, having benchmarks for yourself for your blood work, all this stuff matters, and it has to be objective, hard data to be real. And we can have goals to strive for. Like, what does it mean to be optimal fitness? Peter Attia's laid out a handful of strength goals and objectives that people should be striving to achieve for optimal strength. I'm going to aggregate some of his ideas. My brother and I and the coaches, we're going to aggregate our ideas. I think some of mine and my brother's viewpoints are pretty valid in this department, purely from experience of training lots and lots of people over the last 17 years. So we are going to be creating benchmarks that people can, one, gauge where they're at against and strive to achieve. So we have these goals and these achievements when it comes to, how strong we should be for our age, how conditioned should we be for our age, and also how metabolically healthy, what should we be looking at as benchmarks with our blood pressure, our blood work, and our overall metabolic health, body composition. What should all this package look like in order to set ourselves up for the best chances of success with our health span as we keep clicking off year by year with this glorious, glorious thing called aging that none of us get to avoid. I don't care who you think you are. We all get a little bit older every single minute, second, day, month, year that goes by. All right? But we want to do it the best we can. Know what I'm saying? The best we can. And to pretend that not maintaining and or building strength, muscle, cardiovascular endurance, monitoring our blood work, keeping tabs on our blood pressure, don't matter, you've lost your damn mind. Because they do. They really, really matter. Because I don't know if you've gone out in society lately. Our country is terribly unhealthy and unfit and incapable. All right? The physical work capacity of the average person living in the United States of America these days, I've been around to lots of states. I've seen lots of humans, been through lots of airports. So I have a perspective based on that. I don't know what other countries are like. But my thought is they're probably healthier than us, okay? So things need to change here in the United States, but it starts with us individually taking personal responsibility for our own health outcomes. And all of you guys are putting in the work. You really are. Lots of times you get stuck in the gym and you hear people say, I need to get fit. It's like, okay. Let's evaluate that comment. Because who are you comparing yourself to? Now, this is the beauty of surrounding yourself with like-minded people who all are working hard to get healthier and fit. All right? So yeah, there are people in the gym that are really, really fit. They set a pretty high standard. And if you're comparing yourselves to them in a negative manner, that's probably not the best place to live mentally. You should be aspiring to grow with them, but not comparing yourself to them, especially in a negative connotation like what you're doing isn't good enough. Because when any member of Double Edge Fitness, I'm talking 100% of you, walk out into society, just know you are probably 95 to 98% healthier and fitter than the rest of society and more capable. I had a female client come up and tell me how stoked she was to get a pull-up, and then it went right into comparison. Well, I wasn't able to do as many as such and such. I was like, you're like in the top 0.001% of US females that can even do a strict pull-up. Like, it's pretty unheard of in our society. So doesn't mean we settle for averages, because if you want to lump me in with the average American health and fitness, I want nothing to do with that. I strive to be in the top 1% of health and fitness in this country, and like the top 5% of people that do what we do. I personally strive for excellence and to see what my body is physically capable of doing. I get a kick out of that. I enjoy it. But y'all need to be really proud of yourselves, because you do put in the work. Now, I was running some attendance reports, various reports over the last few days, looking into things. Our average member at the gym still works out just over 3 days a week on average, which is pretty cool. Statistically, that's very significant. Obviously, I want you all working out and moving your body 7 days a week. That's me being greedy. That's what I want for you. But the fact that our average is that, when the rest of the world does nothing, we are dominating, literally dominating. In one aspect, though, fitness is the only thing you can have a failing attendance rate and still constantly improve your health outcomes. So by working out 3 days a week, especially with our program, because biasly, I do think it's one of the best. Not biased. I mean, it is biased because, yeah, I'm the owner. It's biased. But it's also proven to be one of the best. So there's that. But working out 3 days a week, so that's a 42% success rate on a 7-day average. I'm just failing, literally failing, when it comes to attendance score with a 7-day average. And you can still make significant progress in your health. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So, you know what? I want to pat all of you on the back. I want to super pumped with how awesome everybody's doing and the progress that people are making and the consistency that people are putting in the work. Super, super cool. So with that, coming in 2025, we're going to be, because I've bringing Chris in to help me manage a lot of these things that I'm not great at when it comes to administrative structure and execution. Not the best. Chris is phenomenal. And we are putting in systems, processes, and things in place because we want to get better at consistently recognizing you guys for being awesome and highlighting that. It's something that's heavy on my heart, and my brother and I were talking about it this weekend, running through these reports and coming up with some ideas of things we want to do starting in 2025. I mean, part of it, it's just so cool to be a part of, and I guess designated leaders of our community, and how awesome everybody is. And we want to recognize that, and we're coming up with some ways in 2025 that Chris is going to help guide and structure so that we can stay consistent with it over year. So super pumped about that. Really excited. All right, here's what you've all been waiting for. This whole 19 minutes. All right? Vertical primary care is opening up inside of Double Edge Fitness starting in January 2025. Some of you already know this because I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut, and I'm really excited about it. And I had to do a little sample testing of the marketplace to see what kind of interest there was. So I have engaged conversation with quite a few members over the last couple months to see what the feelers were like on us doing this. So what is vertical primary care? Vertical primary care is just that. It's internal medicine and family medicine ages 12 and up. Those of you that don't know, that is what my wife has done for the last 12 years. She is a physician assistant. She has worked in internal medicine, family practice, ages 12 and up for the last 12 years. She's worked a couple different practices in town, and she loves it. She loves medicine. She's phenomenal at it. Handful, actually, if I had to guess, 30 to 40 members already go to her as their primary care provider. And here's what happened. Sometime in early 2023, mid 2023, my wife asked me to read the book Outlived by Peter Attia. And I didn't do it right away. And then I did it. And it opened up my brain and my mind to what is truly possible. And it reshaped my approach to my own health and fitness and my goals and what drives me to work out the way I work out and to eat the way I eat, outside of, obviously you guys know, my daughter's medical condition drove us to level up our eating to a whole nother level. But when my wife and I both read that book, some light bulbs went off. And me and her are very complementary in our approach to health, fitness, medicine, and so forth. Very complementary. And it's just like became heavier and heavier on our hearts to combine forces and to work together to really change the medical system. Now, I'm not coming on here telling you guys I'm just going to be the point of the spear to disrupt the entire broken medical system in this country. I'm counting on Mr. Bobby Kennedy Jr. to do that when it comes to that scale. But what we can do and what we're going to do is take control of what we can take control of. And over the last 6 months, we've been kind of going back and forth. You know, we're literally putting all of our eggs literally into one basket in a massive way here. And we are stepping out on faith that this is something God is guiding us to do. Not just for our family, but to continue to serve and help our community. You know, her working over the last 12 years in the current medical system establishment, it burns out providers, especially ones that truly care about getting people healthy. You know, it's a system of sick care that is rewarded and set up to keep people sick. And that's just the way it is. Like, you can't get into somebody currently, if you're trying to find a primary care provider, typically it's months of waiting. And then you get in and you're lumped in with a ton of other people. You get 10 to 15 minutes, 30 if you're lucky, for your first visit. And it's just cross the T's, dot the I's on basic stuff. You can't even have a conversation like I'm trying to have about long-term health, looking at labs from a long-term health perspective, guiding your medical outcomes with a health-guided approach in monitoring and overseeing that. Like, it's literally impossible. One example of this is, you know, health grades for providers are driven by how many drugs they have people on. There's no reward in the current medical system for primary care and internal medicine providers to get people off drugs and to cure them of their metabolic diseases. To get somebody off type 2 diabetes medicine, there's no reward process for providers to get people healthier and fitter. There's rewards if you've got people on blood pressure meds, if you got people on diabetes meds, if you got people on, I already said blood pressure, but you got diabetes, you got cholesterol meds, you got all these things. You're not rewarded if you take this person who comes in with a metabolic disease and get them to metabolically healthy. There's no structure for that. it's not even really encouraged. And as much as our healthcare likes to pretend that they're getting people healthier, year over year, people keep getting sicker and unhealthier. And there's a lot of things to that. It's not just the doctors, right? People have to take agency and personal responsibility for their own health, but having a provider who has the mindset to guide you on a journey to becoming the best version of yourself, curing and preventing metabolic disease, and making sure that you are optimizing your health from a medical standpoint, combined with some lunatic like me making sure you're optimizing your health and fitness from a fitness standpoint. Seems like a pretty good match. And over the last year, everybody who follows me, I guess, or who engages with me knows I've done a ton of blood work, I've tracked a ton of things, and it is commonplace now, probably a few times a month, somebody asks to meet with me and asks me for all the labs they should get, asks me for the things they should look at, asks me where they should go to get this stuff done. So there are times, I'm not a medical person, but I give them all the stuff that I did. They take it to their primary care provider and they don't even care. There's literally been members at the gym that their primary care told them that they aren't ordering those labs. They don't see them to be necessary. So then said member comes back to me and asks me what I think they should do. And then I'm like, well, you should go establish care with my wife and she'll do it. And what happens? My wife's currently not taking new patients, hasn't been for a while because she is overbooked already. So I pull some strings and, members of the gym have influence to be able to get into her. And it keeps happening. 3-4 people per month that I'm sending to her to get, all the stuff that I'm doing done. And it's just come to a point that for my wife to practice medicine the way she wants, to have the work-life balance and passion for care the way she wants, we are going to open up the practice at the gym. And members will have access to her to be able to get all of your primary care needs met. Kind of cool. Now, what we're doing is called direct primary care. Okay? Because the insurance system in this country is broken, we are breaking away from the insurance system. And in doing that, this is going to be a cash primary care. It's called direct primary care. Now, some people might assume, oh, that's concierge. I'm going to tell you the difference between concierge and direct primary care. Concierge medicine is you're paying a premium for access to a provider. Now, you're paying a premium anywhere from $2,000 to some people $10,000 a year to have access to a doctor and to be able to have longer than 15-minute visits, to be able to text your provider like questions, to get a med refill, like you have direct access to your doctor. But with concierge medicine, you're paying that premium and they are also still billing insurance. So it's twofold. Like your insurance is getting billed, but you're paying a premium for direct access to that doctor. Lots and lots of legal hoopla and gray area when it comes to doing that and setting that up. Not to mention, insurance sucks. I hate it, can't stand it, and yeah. So when it comes to primary care needs, we are doing this in the direct primary care model, which is a cash-based system offering high quality care. Everything you need from your primary care will be able to be done from, she's gonna lay it all out. But basically anything you need when it comes to having a primary care provider, it'll be able to be done. Like that's what she does, all of it. From acute things to sutures to managing your long-term health, longevity outlook, labs, referrals, all of it. Yep. So, but yeah, we're doing that with the direct primary care model. Pricing, Double Edge members will have perks. That's for damn sure. Of perks of access and pricing perks when it comes to being a patient with vertical primary care. And yeah, so if you're interested in learning a little bit more about it, did write a blog. It's in the newsletter. You can click on the link, go to our website, look up the most recent blog, put it there. You can also in the newsletter, if you're interested in learning more and how to establish care and all that good stuff, you can sign up for an email list deal that we put together as we start building this out more details over the next 2 months. You'll be able to be first to know on what that all looks like. And we're planning opening January 2nd. Cassie will start taking on new patients. And as we get more and more of it set up, lots of it set up. We just need to finalize some things before I put it out to you all. And when we do that, I'm going to get my wife to join me for the conversation so that she can inform you guys of all the goods. All right. So yeah, super, super pumped that we're going to have primary care medicine inside the gym. We got chiropractic medicine inside the gym, and we got the best health and fitness program there is. Yep. I said it. And that's what we're doing. With that, leading into 2025, I am truly excited about lots of variables of things that we are working on, leveling Double Edge community up to the next level of what I think is possible when it comes to health, fitness, wellness, and longevity. That is the big driver for me, to help you all live the best, healthiest, and fittest life that you possibly can, and increase your health span, your quality of life every single minute, second, minute, hour. Well, let's back up. As we know, some of our workouts, you don't necessarily feel like you're improving your health during those workouts. But I promise you, like I tell people, if I don't kill you, I'm going to help you live longer. All right? So maybe not hours, but days, weeks, months, years, decades. Our goal, our drive is to make sure that you have the leadership, the resources, and the community that will help you and support you to truly, truly be the best and healthiest version that you can possibly be. So you literally dominate life. All right? So that's what I got for this week, everybody. Again, quick recap. Metcon for Hope. Last week to sign up is this week. If you're looking for some guidance in the mental health space, some counseling, behavioral health, Great Basin Behavioral Health, it's in the newsletter. You can contact them. They want to put something out for Double Edge members to be able to reach out, get support and guidance on that journey. This coming Saturday, November 9th, I am throwing down to try to lift 1,000 pounds between my deadlift, bench press, and back squat. I'm going to start that around 9:30 on Saturday and kicking off 2025 with a bang. Double Edge Fitness will be honored and excited to bring vertical primary care right inside the gym for our members, for our community, to be able to own and manage every single aspect of their health and fitness. Right? I hope you guys have a great Sunday. I love you. And keep working hard. Keep kicking butt. And I'll see you all at the gym. Love you guys. Peace.